at the bottom of the ocean. I'm at the bottom of the sea. I'm gonna stay down, down. I'm just stuck here in a dream. I'm at the bottom of the ocean. I'm
if that's really a thing, and I get authorized to do it once, it's pretty much gonna be me sitting there talking shit, like, constantly.
Freedom is the right of all sentient beings.
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Morning, Sergeant Major.
How do you know what kind of goddamn day it is?
Beautiful morning, Sergeant Major.
Are you a fucking weatherman now?
You're listening to Sergeant's Time on WTF Nation Radio.
What is going on? Broadcasting live from the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence on this 8 May. Welcome to Sergeant's Time. I'm your host, or Ken, whatever you want. I mean, I'm no longer anon, so I guess it can be out. I'm coming out. Hey, always at the gutter seat. I got my Sprinky.
That's me.
Yeah.
Hello.
Man, what a busy news day. Very busy news day.
Things have been happening.
I know, things have been happening. Activities have been underway. Shit's happening and all this other stuff. Hey, real quick, before we start, I just want to give the WTF Nation and the rest of the planet, well, first off, fuck Putin, fuck Russia, but that's just me. Anyways, did you know that Russia banned us from, I think, well, you know this, I'm just asking the audience, but
yeah.
Anyways, just want to give you guys an update on a post that has been circulating on all the U.S. Army socials, and I just want you to know it is about the housing situation at Fort Bragg with Corvius, and I'm just here to give you an update that there is an update coming, pending, and you'll see the post be updated and all that. So please, stop flailing us with the same things. And I will say this: when something goes viral, we get our own material back. Like, someone will send us a picture that's got our watermark on it, and they're like, "You guys can blast this." I'm like, "Look at the watermark in the middle. We already did." So, and also you can put the pitchforks down on this story. So we will provide an update from all parties involved, or I should say, only a statement that I think will be, because we asked some questions, and there you go. And so now we got the questions answered. So that post is going to get updated, and it's going to have more information coming out. So with that, there you go. So also, we do not condone threats of violence on individuals just because what you think is happening or what you think isn't happening. We don't condone violence of any types or death threats. Of course, if you are being threatened on the timeline at U.S. Army WTF Moments, please let us know if you see any death threats in the onto you, and that count is 30. First thing we say, call law enforcement so that way they can handle it, and also point out the individuals, post the receipt, send us the receipts, and we'll be more than happy to ban the individual who is commenting those threats onto you. There you go. So it's pretty cut and dry, simple. Some things do not need to be dragged on more than once, but apparently there are some individuals out there that want to keep dragging. So we got it. We got your message. We got the message. So anyways, second thing that I wanted to highlight that is non-Sergeant's Time related. We got a Pope.
Yeah, there was white smoke.
There's white smoke. And we're not talking about Snoop Dogg white smoke. We're talking
not vaping.
They won't no vaping either.
Well, they might have been vaping in there. We don't know for sure.
We don't know. Yeah, all the the exactly that. He got promoted. He was selected on the board. Yeah, exactly. So again, I didn't. I am not a how do I say this? I'm not a practicing Catholic. I was raised amongst the different sects of Christianity, and Catholicism was involved. There were some Catholic things, but and so this right here is a significant event due to the fact that the Pope is he's a significant religious figure in Christianity. So, and he's the first American Pope too.
Right, it's a historical event.
Historical event. So
yes,
it's historical. And it's from Chicago. So he probably, as soon as he got selected, ran out, lifted his robes, and pulled out his Bears. He probably put on his Bears. so this guy is first American Pope is Francisco Uno. His name is I think isn't he like Pope Leo now? His Pope Leo. He's Pope
Leo the 14th.
Leo the 14th. So.
Maybe the Bears will win something this year.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he's going to go down there, and Catholics, don't get mad when I say this. He's probably going to go down to a Bears game and do hominis dominus, and then sprinkle the water, and then next they'll be posting Super Bowl shuffle videos once again, like back in the day.
Yep.
Yeah. So
there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Refrigerator and stuff.
Yeah.
All that.
He's gonna come out and say anybody who wears Raider stuff is probably gonna be damned eternal damnation. So
yeah.
But anyways, so I don't know what to say about how do you say this? It's like a I don't know, Catholic Super Bowl. Do you say stuff like, I mean, do you say congratulations? You can congratulate. His name is Robert Prevost, from Chicago. And so congratulations on you becoming the Pope. But what do you say to Catholics when they get a new Pope?
I don't know if there's a.
I don't know what this formality is. So he's got a degree from Villanova University in mathematics. Dude speaks a lot of languages, because I was watching some of his stuff, and man, this dude could rap. I mean, this guy was spitting, and
what is it, Latin, Spanish?
Yeah. He was rolling. He was like, oh, whoa, easy there, Tex.
I think he's got you beat.
Yeah, he's got me beat. Yeah, exactly. I mean, God, dude, he's rapping all those languages. And then I saw some other videos where he was speaking Spanish, and I saw videos where he was speaking some European. I don't know what European language. I just caught a glimpse of it, and so anyways, he has spent a significant amount of time outside the U.S., and including leading the Vatican office that oversees the bishops globally. And so this was announced with a traditional ceremony from St. Petersburg Basilica. And after the white smoke was lit, and from the signaling the conclave being complete, you tell them we got a new boss. Is that what you're saying? What are you saying, Branko? Again, I don't know what to say on the. I don't know what to say. Again, congratulations to Catholics. I mean, congratulations. Everyone's already, once somebody who is a high figure goes into another high position, immediately there'll be some individuals that are going to go through his tweets, his posts, videos, and so I'm pretty sure somewhere down the line there's going to be some some drama is going to come out of that post, so it's going to be like, oh, the Pope said this long time ago, so now it's going to matter to now, but take everything out of context.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, there's got to be something, because again, you see, like when you saw the white smoke come up on the pipe, or out of the pipe chimney, I guess is what's called. Chimney. Yeah. Like the people that were there, like the emotions on their face and everything, it's like very significant.
Right.
So, I mean, there's got to be some kind of
that's a big deal.
Like,
it's a big deal.
Salutation that they deserve. I just don't know what it is
exactly.
either.
Yeah, you let them. I mean, hey, congrats, Catholics.
Yeah.
So other again, I'm pretty sure, and a lot of salutations and congratulations from world leaders, globally are being given out. So there you go. We'll see. All the best to the Catholics, and that's again, you don't know how to say that. You didn't know whatever. A lot of individuals are making comments because he's a Republican and he's American. Exactly that. Yeah, Holly just says, I see red, white, and blue smoke. America. So I only made one. I guess you could make. I posted on Twitter a few days back. Actually, no, yesterday, as a matter of fact, yesterday morning. That I said this PCAP, which is the Papal Conclave Assessment Program. I said it's interesting to watch. I hope the records are up to date. 1 minute off the run could cost. Kind of like equating it to our selection for battalion commanders over for BCAP. So I kind of like led on to that, kind of like joking around. And then somebody on the on social media decided to, and this is only gonna be one joke because I don't know what the what is the freaking what's the practice to like, I don't know, because I don't want guys to come at me about this, and I don't want to have a bunch of Catholics trying to come after me and stuff for posting a meme or a joke or whatever. But when I made that comment about it being like a military promotion system, and I said 1 minute off your runtime could cost you, somebody sent this to me.
I mean,
all the Cardinals.
Have we met?
Yeah.
I'm going to make a little jokey joke.
Yeah. Somebody sent it to me and threw it up all the and even there's even a U.S. Army. There's a U.S. Army banner next to these guys running their PT tests for Pope, and so. Yeah, exactly. So that again, he's human, and I'm pretty sure. And he's from Chicago. I think he could take a joke.
I think he'd laugh at it. I think he'd laugh at it.
Yeah.
I think we need to invite him.
Yeah, we need to invite the Pope to come on.
We're gonna send him. Yeah, we're gonna invite him. We're gonna send him a few memes.
Yeah, send him a few memes. Exactly.
Funny. Give me a heart or a laugh react.
Yeah. We need a heart react.
Give me a laugh react.
Give me a laugh react. You want to come on? Yep. Your Eminence, I won't be able to keep up with all the languages that you speak, but you'll be more than happy to invite you to Sergeant's Time. Could you imagine him coming on Sergeant's Time, the Pope? I would have to change.
Oh, absolutely.
I'd have to change. I'd have to change so much of my motif. All the intros. I couldn't put CT Fletcher.
Oh, we would definitely tone it down.
Yeah, we would
tone it down. We're still gonna meme him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think he's gonna. I think he has a good sense of humor and all this other stuff. And I think everybody getting upset about his background and all that. I think again he's a Maripope. So. There you go. There, okay, that's my second line. That's my second joke. I'm Maripope. That's my second joke. So there you go. I don't want anybody to get mad. Don't want anybody to freak out and all that.
I don't even think he'd be mad. He'd be all right.
So tonight's show, we don't have a guest, and like I said, we wanted to give you some updates on the timeline on the stories that will be posted on U.S. Army WTF Moments. But also, we wanted to do some unboxing, of our gear, our swag, our swag shop. And
like, what's in the box?
What's in the box, son? Hang on, I was not prepared because hang on, let me get the swag here. I got all the swag. All right, there you go. Okay, so you guys know, back in the day, somebody gave us some shit and said, "Oh, you guys are gonna go with the t-shirt apparel stuff and blah blah blah." A long time ago, it was t-shirt and apparel. Back in the day, there were some T-shirts and stuff like that. There's individuals that have sent us.
I have some OG.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's some of the OG stuff. Yeah, from way back in the day when WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio kicked off. So some people have sent us like their WTF Moments uniform shirts that are all torn up and messed up. They're like, "What are you guys gonna do? What are you guys gonna do? Another store, blah, 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 blah." So again, don't freak out. I don't want anybody to get upset and say we're jumping on the Brovet thing or whatever, because we were kind of like the ones that started it off with, everybody had started off at the same time. Everyone did the same thing at the same time. Does that make sense? And just got you all, I got to stop saying that again. I was talking to somebody and I had a meeting with someone and I was breaking balls about this to this individual, saying that I because of this person and this meeting that I had, I've been saying, does that make sense? Because I was being told that. And so now I was just like, I'm stopping myself. I have this tick coming out. Does that make sense? Does it make sense? Does it make sense? And I'm like, dude. And so I
say that 73 times a day, at least. Well, I get it.
Well, I mean, yeah. So it's like, hey, whoa. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So I said something like that, and I've been on the phone, and then and I send a lot of voice messages anyways, and so I put, "Does that make sense?" or something like that, and then I'm like listening to myself. Yeah, it's all that pre-workout stuff. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. The pre-workout commercial stuff. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm getting all excited and all that. So no, you can keep breaking our balls about doing T-shirts and apparel. We used to do that back in the day. So it's not like everyone's doing anything new or reinventing the wheel. WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio had T-shirts to sell and had stuff to sell. So it's just now that the shop's coming back and we're rebuilding. Yeah, stop talking to the privates. Then that yes, does that make sense, Private? You know, just want to say that, you know, all you privates that cry in the inbox, I tell your sergeant major. Just kidding. Me and your sergeant majors and your first sergeants talk. No, just kidding. I would never do that. But so the site's back up, and which is awesome, and I'm glad. There's, you know, for some individuals that I know out there, they will be getting official goodie bags of WTF Moments swag. So what you're seeing here is I have in hand ready to go, and you'll see it posted and all that, and you will, like I said, if you were selected or you whatever, and you're part of the selection list, you will have U.S. Army WTF Moments with the swag meets front lines. So I'm glad, I'm happy as hell. The first thing, I know somebody immediately, and this was in the works for a long time, and somebody said, hey, you know, you always joked around and talked about you guys being a union. Somebody said that we were the union rep, and we joked around one time, and we did, you know, little jokes and patches and stuff like that. Well, remember the little dabbling, just here and there, nothing big. Yeah. So you remember that? Remember the contact your union rep, US WTFM Local 214, that one that we had a long time. That we had whatever. Well, it's back.
We started organizing or reorganizing.
So it's back. So now, contact your union rep. This patch right here, you could wear on your armor, and you could wear on your sleeve and all that. But for those of you that are top fans, because we verify, no, just kidding. For those of you that are top fans,
we're gonna check.
Just like you notice, and I'm just saying, you know, because U.S. Army WTF Moments was born out of Fort Bragg, out of Airborne, the soft community. So sorry, this is just the way.
Had to get it in there at least once.
Back at Prague, I had to. Back at Prague, we have a U.S. Army WTFM top fan that goes over it, and it looks. Everyone says, wait a minute, that looks like the 82nd patch. No, the 82nd patch looks like us. Just kidding. So there you go. There's a US WTFM top fan that goes on your union rep patch, so you can wear it appropriately on your body armor. And I'm so excited because these are gonna about ready. So some individuals have been labeled, have already been indicated with a little goodie bag, and other individuals you're just gonna have to go on the side by it. Yeah, those the ones that are getting it are going to get some of the swag bags is due to the fact that they've assisted U.S. Army WTF Moments and helped us out grow our page and grow our presence, and so that's just going to be one of them. And so also we got some stickers. As you notice here, we got some stickers. We got some some decals. So real quick. These right here are the normal decal stickers that you could put in the back of your window. Of course, the classic WTF Nation Radio, and of course, the classic listener. I know you guys were asking for stickers about the listener, and there. And also, WTF Moment fans, like OnlyFans, but for this, oh, thanks, PIQ. I'm not showing my legs, man. Sorry. I don't skip leg day, so I'm not showing my legs. I'm not showing off the gams. We also have decals of the same thing, of the union patch of the union, so you guys can get some of that. I'm excited, dude. This is awesome. As soon as I started getting into this, I'm like, I'm gonna open my goodie bag. Let's do the goodie bag. I'm opening it on air, and I don't care what anybody says. You do what you want.
He's influencing.
Yeah, I see. I'm influencing. Yeah, exactly. I sound like Forrest Whitaker doing it, though. I'm gonna open the bag. I'm gonna open this, and this is gonna be mine. If you guys have been watching the Andor series on Disney Plus, because you know me, I'm a big Star Wars fan. Oh man, this is awesome. So these are the. Are
you really? I never knew.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. These are the UV. these are UV stickers and ovals, and of course, contact your union rep, and then also the classic one. They're back. The UV sticker for the emblems, and of course, again, return. Everyone's been posting or grabbing the WTF Nation Radio ones. So we have the white and the black. There we go. And then of course the original listener sticker we have again. So all the stuff, all the retro stuff that we used to have back in the day. And there we go. So that's the G on the stickers. Now, you guys notice that you see T-shirts. Certain individuals, again, limited swag bag copies and stuff like that. Again, these are for individuals that have helped us out and worked with us on a lot of issues to take care of soldiers. You'll see shorts. It's on the top of the page at U.S. Army WTF's Facebook page and WTF Nation Radio. So if you go to the top, you'll see it. I'm going to post a link there in a minute. But we also have, look at this. PT shorts. Yeah, baby. Yeah. PT shorts. Yeah. And look at that. Oh, look at that emblem. Uh-huh. Look at that. Yeah, look at that.
Let me see how short those are.
Oh no, these are okay. Oh, no. These are not. These are PT shorts. These are PT shorts. These are not. And you know me, girl. Hang on, let me pull it out here.
Yeah, I know you and them Ranger panties. Yeah. I know.
There we go. You got Ranger panties, baby. Yeah, baby. We got Ranger panties for her pleasure. There you go. You get some Ranger panties. So if you want to show off them gams, and of course it comes with the main page. Is active, and there you go. So here's some, and these are okay. Mind you, these aren't my size, so it's like these are just tests because I don't want to hold up small Ranger panties like I'm currently wearing right now. Actually, I'm not wearing Ranger panties. I'm wearing Murder Over Out collab shorts. But I'm looking. I gotta look down to see what I'm wearing. So you got some Ranger panties. So there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Ranger panties. And then let's see. Let's look around for the standard shirts. We have various styles of uniform shirts, and you guys can see the uniform shirt. So there we go. Uniform shirts. The classics are coming back. So, but instead of a sticker and instead of a little patch, we have the Union shirt. So you can wear the Union shirt with your uniform, which is always classic.
Love it.
Love it. Yep. And then, of course, for those of you guys and gals that like to wear PT stuff to go moisture wicking, you could wear the main page one, moisture wicking, and then you can wear the standard uniform shirt. Standard uniform shirt, same as, normal t-shirt, normal. It meets military. I don't want to say mil spec because then people laugh at it. It goes by military standards or whatever on the stuff. So,
yeah, I laugh if you say mil spec. So
yeah, I don't ever say mil spec. Yeah, in other words, it'll fool your sergeant major if you're wearing this under your shirt, your ACU top. They're called ACU.
Well, your sergeant major's probably got one on too.
Yeah, I'm about to say more than likely your sergeant major probably has it. Matter of fact, let me let me change this up right quick because I'm gonna look for that counts right quick. Let me. You just said more than likely your sergeant major may have it. Well, I know if you're assigned out in Fort Carson, Colorado, one of your sergeant majors is wearing it does have the shirt.
I don't know. I might have to go sneak one into somebody at Fort Cavs sergeant major's box somewhere.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, exactly.
Do that.
Yeah, I mean, this is some of the stuff that's coming out, and yeah. So there is a sergeant major. I'm not going to highlight his account, but not to give him extra stuff. But he himself has already have a little. Hang on. There you go. I'm going to adjust this camera. So there you go. So there is a current qualified and current sergeant major out there running around already. So bam. So there it is. So there's proof. So there are senior leaders that are part of the WTF Nation that more than likely are the ones that asked for it too, that helped us out as well. And of course the classic.
You never know.
Yeah, exactly. The classic black. There's the black shirt. T-shirt. So all the stuff that we had originally on the old site are coming back, and then of course the listener, of course, different colors. So you have the listeners coming back again. And then the Union shirt. This is a work T-shirt because, you got to represent the Union, right? So here's a Union shirt too. So,
all right.
But yeah, so there it is. Matter of fact, let me drop the. Let me drop them. Let me show you something else. You're gonna like this too. We even have. Hang on, you're gonna trip out on this one too, Spacky. We even got.
He hasn't even shown me everything yet. I love it.
Yeah, no, this is all surprise. We even have some for the children's. The children's. We got different ones.
Not the minis.
Yeah, we got the minis, man. We got the mini WTF gear for the children's. There you go.
Because we know how y'all like making babies out there.
Yeah, even got little for those little kids that want to, wear their uniforms for Halloween. They want to play. They want to be a service person. Look at that! Look at that! So cute. Look at that! Oh, we even got a little olive onesie as well. Make them kids do push-ups.
Oh,
so.
I mean, they could probably do more than me at this point.
Yeah.
Look at that little baby.
Yeah, for the little ones. Yeah. So we thought about the churns because the idea for baby onesies was kicked around. Was kicked around when somebody said, hey, it was really be cool if a small T-shirt or for a baby or something like that. So I'm like, you know what, for this iteration. But anyways, make sure you share, like, and follow. And again, I'm excited. This is so cool that we have this stuff going. This is the shit. I'm serious, man.
I love it.
I get geeked out about this stuff.
Use mission ready.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, mission ready. I just want to make sure you guys got what's going on. So. And all the gear is provided by us, and so we were able to facilitate. Just go to shop armywtfmoments.com. It's all in the chats right now, and you'll be able to grab it on there. So shout out to everybody who everyone who's going, oh my God, I got something in the mail. Look at this. Thank you, man. I didn't realize I got this. Like, yeah, man. So. I like it. I enjoy it. This is that's one. Okay, so those are actually the non-military things I wanted to get across the board. I don't even know if we have time for stories.
I mean, it's fine. Yeah. Like I said, we got baby onesies. That's all that matters.
Yeah, we got the onesies, man. So real quick, everybody knows if you can go to Hots and Cots. That's also pinned on top of U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio's Facebook page to hit up in that. I would recommend that if you hit up Hots and Cots, hit it up anyways, but also use your chain of command. So that way we know we have it cataloged. And that way, if there's any other information that comes off the app or comes off from the page, I mean, like, any images or content that at least, hey, did you put a work? Because that's usually what we ask. You put a work order in? Yep. Did you this? Yep. Did you see this? Yep. Okay, cool. Is your first time supervisor? Nope. Yep. Sometimes we've even had leaders come out saying, hey, man, you need to put this on blast. Yeah. All right, what's up, man? And then the next thing you know, we're seeing a lot of stuff, and we're like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, we'll help you out. And so a lot of leaders do it too. So I just want to make sure that all the bases are covered. But yeah. So, Ice, what is the ratio of bullshit from JBSA compared to Fort Cav you all receive? We get, I'll be honest with you right now. Fort Cav has been I would say Fort Cav has been more of the less, actually it's been kind of like dying down a little bit more as opposed to the Army like leaders thing, more of the command. Does that make sense? It's more of it's not so much, it's almost like something gets reported from the command and then the leaders, are processing stuff, or leave form cover sheets are being used like crazy. And then, you got somebody who doesn't want to process a leave or an emergency leave. So it's kind of like a mixed bag, and it's more locale centric from a unit. So it might be a Fort Cav unit that's at NTC that might do some shit, even though they're stationed at Fort Cav. The issues are at NTC.
And it doesn't matter who's at NTC. There's always issues.
Yeah, there's always issues at NTCs, and overseas too as well. We have the we have the Southern European Task Force, the 173rd Airborne Brigade, and then we have U.S. Army Europe and Africa. So then we have those commands that are out there. So it's a mixed bag, man. It's a mixed bag. I know. Third ID has been pretty quiet lately. Most of the stuff we've been seeing right now, the other thing has been from 10th Mountain. So again, it's a mixed bag. It's not really the frequency of it. It just normally depending on the issue of who is what. Especially with with whatever issue is. The first one looked like the one Beto ripped off from you. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a good point. You're talking about the emblem of WTF Nation Radio, the black with the stripes with the yeah, that went up, and then Beto O'Rourke ran in Texas or something like that, and the next he started posting some stuff like that where even Whataburger came out and said, "Hey man, that's our stuff."
I remember that.
And then he rebranded, and then it ended up looking like our stuff. And then Whataburger hit us up and says, "Hey, you guys want some Whataburger?" To tell him to stop. We're like, yeah, sure. So there was fun to be had back in the day. with little stuff like that. Yes, the first one you're talking about, the black sticker. Yeah, it was some drama. That does. So, anyways, I hope that answers your question. Hey, Matthew, we are currently working about the Major Richard Starr Act for combat wounded retired before 20 years. Yes. We've been working already with members from Congress and their spokespersons, their military representatives for comms, about getting this out, and that I think personally that act needs to be. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this right now, and I know this is a Monday Edition topic, but
I'll allow it real quick.
But yeah,
of course.
I'm gonna tell you what, all those individuals that you voted into office that thought were gonna help you fucking out aren't helping you out. There you go, because that actually you could get a dart and throw it on the board, and it's either party. So that's what makes me mad. It's like everybody's like, oh, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. We love veterans, and our veterans this and our veterans that. I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, there we go. Let's do it. All right, let's go. The person gets into office. Well, and they start blocking veterans. So the very individuals that they used and flexed and resourced for their constituency, for getting elected in office, their constituency. I mean, it's always been like this. I feel like right now, on some issues, they just turned their back on us.
I completely agree. And
Republican or Democrat, didn't matter.
It's definitely everybody.
Yeah, and
all of them.
And then as soon as you say something, then of course they're sycophants and fans, and they're almost have like a cult follower leading. You can't say you can't say anything about it, because if you do, then they come attacking you saying
then you're un-American.
You're un-American, and you're woke, and you're this and you're that. And you're like, no, dude, I just want to know how come you promised that this was going to happen. This didn't happen, and then now this is what you. It's almost like the Epstein files. Hey, we were promised the Epstein files, right? Do you remember that? The first 90 days, blah, blah. We're going to get all the independents. Yeah. So, no, yeah, I don't know. The dependent network lately, has been, man. Heather says they're too focused on other things and haven't seen a hearing or other changes to housing since 2020. Oh, you ain't lying. And it's always been the, we're going to take care of our soldiers, our mission here before Congress. And it happens all the time. And it happens all the time. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen of the committee, I just want to let you know I'm General So-and-so. We're here with this, and I'm here to make sure that the war fighting capacity of our military and our formations are blah, 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 blah. And then they say, and also we are also concerned about the quality of life issues, and we will not stop until soldier quality of life is saying it is almost repetitive so much.
I've been hearing it since freaking W was there.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Do my voice.
I'm gonna fix your housing.
Fix your housing. We're gonna make sure you got no mold. And then the next thing you know, we don't. It goes back a while. So, we should do a mashup. Oh, that's a good idea. I should do a mashup. Yeah, I should do a mashup of Army leader testifying, and him saying the same shit throughout every tenure of our administrations, and they're in their office.
My gosh,
that would be
absolutely.
hilarious.
You could probably get all of the chiefs of staffs, all of them. Like, I'm sure we can go back to the 80s.
Oh yeah. Well, so that's what I'm saying. But I remember me and you brought this up before, and okay, now we can swing it back to a Sergeant's Time topic. This is sort of kind of a Sergeant's Time topic.
Yeah.
You and I remember how we were talking about maybe we didn't have it bad, maybe we didn't have it bad after all. Remember we said that? It's like what the soldiers have to deal with now as compared to when you and I were coming up as privates and specialists. And what happened? I'm like, I didn't have an issue with fucking mold in the barracks.
I absolutely did not either.
I had no issues with HVAC. I had no issue with the DFACs that were always fucking open. As a matter of fact, we used to remember back in the day, we would sit in the DFAC, and then the mess sergeant would come out. All right, you guys want seconds? Come get them.
Yeah, exactly. Like if it was about to close,
it was about to close. Yeah. And good point. If it was about to close, food was still there. Yeah. You could still that, and that's why they made they made when you were on KP. And they called you DRO. Yeah, DRO, come over here. Now go tell everybody that you can get seconds. All right, I'm KP, I'm DRO. I'm here to let you guys know that if you guys want seconds, come get it. And everyone will make a mad dash, And we're
talking about like late 90s.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about here.
Yeah, we're talking about late 80s, early 90s is when all that stuff happened there. And
even like more later 90s, because I'm talking up to about 98-ish is when
no, that's what I'm saying. It was a good period.
Yeah.
It was a good period of time that I don't recall ever hearing about soldiers and the mold and all that sort of stuff. Only when they closed a barracks down to knock it down to build new barracks. And it wasn't until the new barracks got built up is when you're where. And Heather's got a good point too. It's not for the lack of advocates trying to try. You'll get things like, oh wow, we never knew these things. Get us the data, and then you provide the data, then crickets. And I will say this: before Hots and Cots started, myself and Heather in the chats, we have provided a lot of stuff for housing. Yeah. And you know, she'll hit me up. She'll ping me, say, "Hey man, what's going on with this?" Blah blah blah. And you got reports of this. I'm like, "Oh yeah, we can go back. You know, we can go back." Military Housing Coalition. They're in the chats too. Hit them up. All your housing issues go in there. We provided when Hots and Cots first started, Rob hit me up and goes, "Hey, do you have anything that's got, you know, recorded stuff like this?" Hell, do I? Provided a 19-page report. I had to do homework. I did home. I mean, I'm retired. I'm not supposed to be writing reports, you know. So I freaking gave him that 19-page document to Rob, and then that was it. And I think it was funny was because Rob, when he first started doing Hots and Cots, Rob was, oh, okay, cool. This is cool. But then it started highlighting, just like how we did, it started highlighting the issues that were in housing. And you just want to push the brake. I mean,
let's just get her done. Let's get her done.
Let's get her done. Get her done.
You can't just stop right in the middle of this.
Yeah, exactly. This is a good rant. So now Rob is starting to face a little friction from other commands as well. Just like how PCS Like a Pro is. PCS Like a Pro is highlighting stuff. They got their shit together on all the documentations and stuff like that. But then, bring it to our attention. And then we bring it to everybody's attention. You're being an insider threat. You're disrupting good order and discipline.
You're being too good at bringing it to our attention.
Yeah, it's
we didn't mean like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Not stuff that you can actually prove. We don't want it like that.
So to me, it's one of those things where I'm just like, man, it's a cycle. It's a cycle. It's all, and all. Every time somebody comes in from I'm like, wait, okay, we got a new Army Chief of Staff and a new Sergeant Major of the Army. Let's see what happens.
Like, how could this be happening?
Yeah. Oh my God. It's
this is how
pearls.
It could be happening.
Yeah, exactly.
We have shown you how it's been happening.
Clutch pearls, baby.
And,
we didn't know.
Show me.
Yeah.
Here. Well, no.
No,
be quiet. Don't show it don't show us publicly.
Yeah.
You don't want everybody to see.
Show us. You wanted us to show you.
Yeah, like don't show everybody. Just show us.
Just
so we can
us.
Keep it silent. And not fix it.
Right.
Until we're not here anymore, and then next person, repeat, rinse, repeat.
Yeah.
Rinse, repeat.
Yeah. We're here because we're here for the soldier. We're that's what we always do. We're here for the good quality of life. Again, I think I am going to do that mashup now. Now you got my. Yeah. I think it's a couple of pots of coffee. And you know some of the and some. I don't do Zen. I don't smoke anymore, so it'll be a couple of pots of coffee in between the flavored coffee, caramel from Stocky Mill Coffee, and then Cafe Bustelo. Those are my two. Those are my two go-tos. If you guys not paid attention to also another advocacy page, PCS Like a Pro, like I just mentioned before, aforementioned, they posted a memorandum, which is going to be shared later. Effective immediately within the Mill Move Council and Tasking Order queues, do not process any Army shipment applications pending further leadership review. Be prepared. And this is from Megan over at PCS Like a Pro. Matter of fact, I mean, just and I'm going to post that memorandum. It'll be shared later. Prepare to rebook requested Home Safe Alliance turnbacks. These joint service MTOs will be released at the Transportation Office no later than 30 April 2025. Turnback list applies to at-risk shipments serviced by Army transportation offices. Please contact your local transportation office for any question. So,
I mean, how many employees do they still even have at transportation offices after this Doge thing? But
right.
So
yeah, exactly. JT says my shirt looks like a horse is motorboating you. Why are you rocking on my shirt? It's what are you doing?
I mean, now I'm looking at it, kind of does.
And these are nips. These are like where my boot, and it's grabbing, going like that. That is kind of funny. That's kind of funny. Yeah, that is kind of. So this is the chest piece for PSYOP, and then it is overlaid on some wings, and it's got the PSYOP emblem, the branch symbol for PSYOP, and so it's got the little special operations. Only us PSYOPers know what these emblems mean, and so yeah, and it goes over my shirt. So yeah, and you're just because I don't skip. I'm recovering from my surgery, so I'm starting to work out again. So I'm starting to do this thing. So yeah, it's right over my moobs. There you go. Hey, so it does kind of look like that. Looks like the wings are, yeah. So that's a PSYOP. That's a PSYOP branch emblem. There you go. Why you gotta break my balls?
I just learned that from the sports bar. I just learned that today is Coke's birthday. Like Coca-Cola, like the daddy of the greatest drink. Yeah, like the dad of the greatest drink ever, Diet Coke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just learned. Thank you, Sports Bar.
Thank you, Sports Bar. Exactly. So we'll hit the shirt in a minute, guys. I know you guys are like distracting me from this, and I know like Megan's gonna be like, "Hey, could you do that again without really highlighting your boobs?" So this memorandum is gonna get posted effective immediately within the Mill Move Counseling and Tasking Order Officer queues. Do not process any Army shipment applications pending further leadership review. So there it is. Here, hang on. Let me see. So you guys didn't see it because I'm in there. Yeah, there you go. Here's a better picture of it. There. So yeah, it kind of looks like right here, right there, and it's like hugging. Like I didn't even notice that. Now I want to be like self-conscious when I wear this shirt.
Yep.
Thanks.
I see it.
It is a PSYOP branch piece with some symbology in there for those of you guys that don't understand. I don't want to get all the QAnon people because the last time I posted some stuff like that, QAnon people went nuts and started saying that I'm behind the shadow scenes and I'm behind the scenes with the Masons and yeah, exactly. All the conspiracy theories hit. Dude,
I just got excited because I just saw my daughter's car pull up, and that means I got food coming.
Oh yeah.
When we get done,
exactly.
Like, yes.
$5. He's got Ranger panties on right now, but sorry, such distractions. No, actually, I don't. I was highlighting Ranger panties earlier, Steve. Right. I do not. I do not have Ranger panties. Like I said,
you missed it. You missed it. Like when he stood up and like modeled. Like,
yeah.
He should have been here earlier, Steve.
Exactly. I even played my stripper techno music right there. Hey, going on. Yeah, exactly. Anyways, so again, you just got here. Yeah, you have to review that stuff. So yeah, currently I'm wearing, like I said, my Murder Cult / Over Out collab shorts, tiger stripe pants. I think I'm wearing the tiger stripe ones. Make sure you. Like Murder Cult, like it says in the back, like it says behind me, Murder Cult. Anyway, so I think that was the those are the big announcements that I had to talk about. Now we can just talk about some news. Spank, did you hear about SecDef giving the word to people to identify as people, so that way they can identify as people? I'm
thinking if you have to. I kind of heard about that. I'm thinking if you have to identify, then shouldn't you have already be identified? And if you weren't identified, what the fuck is the problem?
Well, here's
what are we identifying?
Here's the thing, and again, I from the bowels of Area 51. Here's my thing, and this is just me. The policy goes. I can't fight it. Just like any other thing, rules are rules. People come in. Every leader comes in. Every new SecDef comes in, and they have what they say is whatever, and you just gotta move out, draw fire, pop smoke, right? But of course, us being U.S. Army WTF moments and everything else, we always question are you sure like you're thinking this through or whatever? So the Pentagon,
they're absolutely not.
Nobody ever thinks it through when it comes to this shit. So you guys know that the Supreme Court came back and said that the ban on transgender soldiers is upheld. All right, cool. There you go. That's it. Again, we can't fight. You can rally all you want. He's the boss. Yada yada. And so the Pentagon announced today, as per the AP, it will begin moving as many of 1,000 openly identifying transgender service members out of the military, and then give others. Now, here's here's her comms and messaging, kind of like, I kind of chuckled today. Gives others 30 days to self-identify under a new directive. So what does that mean? You're gonna hold a formation and say, "Who are you?" Hey, Spanky, who are you?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm Spanky. Well, where are you?
Right.
I'm Spanky. Whatever. So I would always say that if it didn't, now we could get into the biology stuff, the readiness stuff, and all that, but I'm just talking about the way this policy is written out.
The military fucking readiness.
The military, yeah. Well, no, I'm just saying, it's just that I just kind of chuckled because it's like, if you're requiring somebody to identify, doesn't that mean that they're actually pulling off what they say they are? Does that, you know what I mean?
Right.
Is that kind of like how the way I would see it? It's like somebody's like, you have this many times to identify. Hey, I didn't know you were trans. Yeah, that means it worked. That means I'm doing a good job. Right. That means it's happening. Now, again, I don't want to get into the back and forth about the medical readiness issue, the psychological stuff, blah, blah, blah. I'm just talking about the way the policy is written out. You have to identify. You
I know. I'm like, that's the whole, but that's just the whole reason behind this whole ban, wasn't it? So what the fuck's the problem? Like, everybody just fuck off. Like, stop.
Well, look, anytime it came to something like this, when it came to these types of decisions, again, we've always been like, okay, it's not that they're just individuals that just want to fucking serve. They're just, and it doesn't matter what color, what they are, LGBT, it doesn't fucking matter, right? It doesn't matter what their position. They just literally want to serve. I myself, several of my friends know several kick-ass transgender soldiers that, again, like I said, you didn't even know. Yeah, I didn't even know, right?
Exactly.
And like I was saying,
but that means that they went through a whole MEPS and everything. And I remember getting every inch of my everything looked at, inside and fucking out. So that's not transgender in my mind anymore. That's just, I don't know.
Well, at that point, if you passed and you're going and you're transgender and there's been no issues, you've done some deployments, rotations, and all that, then what's the big deal? You know what I mean? I mean, look, we just talking about Army recruitment goals and all this stuff. Every administration has said this to pump up their administration when it came to recruiting numbers. And I will say this: every time a recruiter comes, every time a new administration comes in and they talk about the force, they're getting the individuals that are too scared to brief the truth when it comes to numbers. I know this because we work with Recruiter Times. I know this because we work with other elements within HQDA and USEREC that provide us details. That it's not so fucking, you may bring motherfuckers in. You may bring soldiers and service member in. Your recruiting goals might be this way if you slide the goalpost back and forth. Of course you're going to have great numbers. Of course you're going to tell the boss, hey, we got some great numbers. Look at this. Hey, just move this over here so we're not kidding the people who are getting out. Oh, okay, cool. So, you know what I mean? That's basically what's happening. And so I think it's fucking hilarious that they don't talk about the retention of anybody who is missing. Now, or
how many people don't even make it a full 18 months in.
Yes, that's another thing too. Or don't make a full 20, or don't, because you always have that. Well, people when they enlist, we have people that we do calculations and they're measured out all the way through a 20-year career and blah 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 blah. And then if they get married, blah 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 blah. They were talking about the divorce part too, because they don't want to make it seem like the Army's making people get divorced. So this kind of like, to me, it's like just like the last administration, and just like Trump 1.0, and just like Obama, we're never going to get the fucking truth until somebody holds a massive troop to task formation. All right, let's have a formation. How many people do we have? We're supposed to have this many people. And I'm trying to say this to keep numbers off, because we have our enemy Ivan likes to fucking poke around Sergeant's Time a lot and try to ban us and try to get information from us on how we talk. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised that in Russia right now they get some of my shit and they like remake it AI and stuff, so that way they could say, "Oh, look at Sergeant's Time. Look, Sergeant's.
Look what ICE is.
Yeah, look what ICE. Yeah, ICE talks too much about Sergeant's Time. Look, we have no sergeants. Well, the same way, bro. I don't want to call Russians bro, but that's just a term, okay? So just like I say, dudes, bitches, hoes, in general. Hey, assholes, Hey, dude. So we don't have the numbers that everyone's saying. You could talk so much shit. We could have waves and waves of soldiers coming in, or Marines, or sailors, Coast Guardsmen, airmen, or guardians coming in, or guards persons from the National Guard, and we can all fellatio ourselves, play with ourselves, and say, yeah, look at these numbers, yeah, go. But then you look down on it, it's like 1 mile, 1 mile wide and an inch thick when it comes to what our force looks like. When me and Spanky first came in, it was called a hollow force.
Mm-hmm.
It was called a hollow force. So you could. And I said this the same thing in the me and Spanky. I love about me and Spanky. We've always been consistent on all these administrations. We've said if we don't watch it, we're going to become even more hollow. So it wasn't really on Hegseth's watch. It wasn't really on I would say it was just we've never have come out. USAREC has never come out. The Army has never really come out to anybody to say, sir, the public, because the way the public's making it sound like, oh, everything's dandy.
I mean, it looks like that.
Everything's hunky-dory until you find out. You find out and you see, oh, well, wait a minute. How come we can't have people rotating? Why are people getting so burnt out? And I'm going to paraphrase a lot of information right now from this point forward. Oh, that's because we don't have enough crews on some systems. That's why they're burnt out. Or how come we don't do this many types of special missions? Because we don't have enough people there either. Several podcasts have been discussing the same thing in soft, conventional Army, aviation, armor, artillery. So okay, numbers are through the roof, baby. Okay, cool. Now let's see how many people we actually have in the force right now, and let's see how many people we've been losing. And then I want you to overlay the MTO and see, okay, it says right here, it says you're supposed to have so many people. Where are they at? Well, we don't have them. Well, then you just fucking lied.
Mm-hmm.
So 30 days again. If it's a standards of fitness thing, then I got it. Okay, there's some changes and stuff like that, and it can't happen. And the trans service persons coming in back and forth has always been a hot button topic as it is. So of the individuals that I know that are trans, again, there's how do I say this? There are some that I don't even know that they were.
Yeah.
So you're telling them,
and that's
what's
the problem?
Yeah. So you're telling them to self-identify what? If you couldn't tell who the fuck they were, then I guess that means that that fits the bill, right? That right. Congratulations, you didn't fool everybody, but you were letting everybody know who you are, right? Isn't that the whole gist of the movement? Is to just exist and all that?
Right. Just be a human.
I just
in the military.
Every time I hear about the issue.
Job?
Every time I hear about the issue, it's the same gal with glasses holding the pride flags. Huh? What are you talking about? Wait a minute, I got glasses. I'm not holding no pride flag. I'm just saying. And it shouldn't be that. So, and this is what the earlier in the day, the Secretary of Defense says, no more trans at DOD. This was after the day before the court acted, and Hegseth said that the department is leaving wokeness and weakness behind. Quote, no more pronouns, unquote. Quote, no more dudes in dresses. We're done with that shit, unquote. So I guess we're ending shellback ceremonies. I guess we're ending spur rides. I guess anybody who comes, are you going to have some like witch hunts when somebody dresses up as a woman on the off-duty time as a drag queen, as a service member, but they're not in uniform? Are you going to do that? Are you going to start? Hey, these are the questions that I'm not doing it for my own ideology. It's the questions that we get when we're speaking to the force, when we're talking to individuals from the LGBTQ community. And Cav, sorry, yeah, the Cav. Just playing Cav, just break balls, So again, of all the things that I'm glad you brought that. Where's that comment in there I saw? Did you see that comment in there from Corey?
There, yes.
Corey says, it's like we could talk about something else. Right. I'll be honest with you. I would have thought coming into office swinging would have been, I've been watching, again, the constituencies that got you fucking elected, that got this administration in the seat, were the same ones that were complaining about housing, that were complaining about chow, that were complaining about mission burnout. We would have thought that would have been an easy fucking win to have you show up at Fort Bragg or Fort Stewart or Fort Cav and say, God damn, these barracks suck. This is some trash. Let's fix this. Then, of course, everyone jumps through their ass because the new SecDef comes in, and there we go. I mean,
I don't know what they're busy doing, but it's not that. They're just, yeah.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, chatting on Signal. They're chatting on
maybe
Signal.
That's where we need to text them.
Or do a PT.
Say, hey, can you fix the barracks?
Maybe we need to do that. Maybe we need to like send hungry soldiers to a PT formation when we know he's going to do PT with the unit.
Yeah. That's it.
Then that way they could go, hey man, what's wrong with that soldier?
We gotta make a group chat.
We got to do a group chat. Let's just start adding them. Just start adding them to group chats.
Yeah. Pictures of the barracks.
Somebody called us one of the top 3, and I had what do you mean top 3? It said Army Reddit, Army Reddit, Recruiter Times, and us. We're the top 3. We could get everybody in the same chat together with the Secretary of Defense, and I guarantee it. If you get all the tea from that, you'll really see your commanders and secretaries or your assistant secretaries to the Defense Department or the chiefs of staff. You'll really see what's going on. You know, the Marines, they go, hey, we got barracks fucking worked out. We got our barracks to do this shit, and we're going to allocate more money to the barracks, and here's what we're doing. And Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps, Ruiz, goes out there and is like, hey, fool, look at our barracks. And that's it. That's it. Showing the improvement. We haven't seen shit. So instead of
not at all,
I'm serious. We haven't seen shit. I mean, yeah, okay, cool. The first time around, all right, cool. That's pretty cool. He's doing PT with the troops. Hey, okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Hassan Kotz posts a report out. Okay, thank you. It's not like people don't see it. I know for a fact because there's some people that I can't stand on social media, and they just end up on my timeline. I'm like, what the fuck they doing? I didn't
ask for you.
I didn't ask for you. What the hell you doing? But they're right. Some of them are right. Some of them are like, oh shit. So I know for a fact on some of the WTF Moments accounts, leadership or the administration see it. They have to fucking see it. And so it's
just like this is just so ironic that the only qualification this man seems to have is I can run fast.
I'm glad you mentioned that too.
So
is because this has been a military meme forever about leaders who think they're leaders because they run fast. Because the first, that's only if you look going all the way back to 2010, January 7th, when U.S. Army WTF Moments was established, you'll see memes of the reason why he got promoted is because he could run fast, or the reason why he could do more push-ups. Hey, this is the content that comes from the soldiers. They're the ones that are memeing your ass. They're the ones that are saying, look at this. We're like, bah. We posted a Hassan Kotz video. We got so much shit, or not video, but a picture. We got so much shit for it, and it was a picture of it was these the Wojak memes, the guys that do the same thing for the pouches. It was a picture of a meme character wearing a helmet, dressed as the SecDef, saying, "I'm here to do PT with your unit," and then there's a soldier looking tired. There's Hassan Kotz pictures in the back, and it says, "Can I just get something to eat?" So what's funny about this too is that the media obviously taking advantage of this on both sides, on left-leaning and right-leaning media, taking advantage of this, saying there's more details in there. There's more. So the left-wing media is going fucking nuts, going, oh my God, he's going to get rid of something. The right-leaning media is like, ha ha ha, truck rants. Truck rants with a red hat. There you go. The new Pentagon policy is actually allowing for limited exemptions. So that includes transgender personnel who seek to enlist, who can prove on a case-by-case basis that can directly support warfighting activities. Now, here's the thing. I kind of laugh about this one, too. Supporting warfighting activities, that's the rest of the Army.
Right?
If you are if you're a cook, or you guys gonna make me grit my teeth. If you're in a freaking DFAC at Fort Bragg, guess what? You're supporting warfighting activities. So that way those special ops guys and airborne troopers can eat.
I mean,
if you're a mechanic that's inside the motor pool at Fort Cav, you're supporting directly warfighting activities. Why? Because you're ordering parts for those fucking tanks. This is not difficult. How is it that we make shit so fucking difficult?
This is since the beginning of time. I don't know. Like if the military has to make it difficult.
Adding to stuff. This is like Big Sarge shit right here. Adding the extra stuff. I'm gonna quote my drill sergeant way back in the day. Because I joined December 29th, 1989, and my drill sergeant said when there was individuals that just weren't getting it, he would get frustrated and he'd make a fist and he'd go, "The shit is easy, privates." And that's it. The shit is easy, privates. This shit is easy, DOD. Also, fix your fucking comms office. If you're posting everything on X, because starting next week, we're going to post X posts that you don't post on other social media platforms. There are individuals that don't want to fucking have an X account. But if you want to hide out an X and leave the rest of the social media platforms in a vacuum, then we'll grab your stuff and say, maybe we should get an X account. Maybe you shouldn't post this. We will get your post. So you better get on the stick, especially that DOD rapid response guys. You could meme and go nuts and ha ha ha, this is base, savage, all you want on X. But if Meemaw wants to know what her grandson is doing, or our parents want to see what their kids are doing, they're not going to X.
No.
They come to us. So, I mean, we have always extended our hands, and not really, I want to say a branch of peace, because we want to message to the community. Exactly that, Pip. It's only as hard as you make it. So again, if you're saying on a case-by-case basis that directly support a warfighting activity, then that means everybody supports a warfighting. I'll be honest with you. If you work in fucking finance, and you support the warfighter, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, there are trans soldiers currently serving. I'm gonna tell you, you support the warfighter. If you're in finance and you want to get paid for jump pay or special duty pay or mission pay, whatever that the special ops guys got, you are supporting direct. And I don't ever recall ever seeing finance people deployed that much, unless we're like OIF type things. And I think everyone's going to freak out about not going to OIF stuff. We also have Rear D, so we also have that. So,
well, even like right after September 11th when we left, I mean, I was the PSV, the finance people, we all went over because, guess what? In Afghanistan, they all had to get paid. So, I mean, we stayed in Kuwait, but we did all their paperwork.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But yeah. I'm talking about, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about the one, but I've not seen, you deployed as finance. Yes, I got it. No, you did when you were finance. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, I wasn't finance.
But I've seen them like the cash cage, the pay cages and stuff like that and all that other stuff. It's not a whole, hey, look, man, I went to the cash cage. I didn't see but a few people in that fucking cash cage. I didn't see anybody in there. I didn't see an entire detachment of individuals. And yes, no pay is important, especially mission pay and all that. Yeah, I got it. But I think if you're worried about some sort of, I don't have enough bodies and all that stuff. Now, look, to go back to what I was saying about our hollow army, and I'm just speaking for the army. Are you sure you want to get rid of these trans soldiers for right now? Until you figured out that all your chiefs of staffs are fucking lying to you about how many people we actually have in? Go to any podcast from a special operations veteran. You'll see they're not happy either. They're saying the same shit. We ain't got enough people. So that, I mean, I'm not going to speak for for special forces. But I'm just, that's the fucking shit you're going to have to deal with. They need to start major in there. Hey, sir, are you sure you want to post this? Hey, sir, are you sure you want to, are you sure this is the message you want to put out? Have somebody in there that at least, I don't know, the common sense of the room. Not a bunch of individuals that just are yes men or women just because they want to be based. Is that the new thing? They want to be based. So I'm just saying, careful. Be careful.
I mean, you're going to get what you ask for sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to have all these. Imagine this. And this is a scenario that happened that I know, not with a trans soldier, but just somebody who was medically retiring. And they didn't think this individual was important. They were like digging this guy over so fucking bad. I won't name the installation because it'll really direct it to who it is. But I will say that this individual was pretty key to the organization on a lot of stuff. And he was identifying himself as the person that I might be the single point of failure. You might need to get some people to do this. And he was just blown off. However, at the same time, they would not let him go do his medical retirement stuff and all that. They're just being just total fuck up. So he's like, okay, cool. He got out. And right now there's currently some issues at an organization right now because this guy was the single point of failure. So I'm just saying this. What if a trans person is a single point of failure in your organization, and you're ready to serve them up because you want, we're not being woke anymore. Hey, look, military is supposed to be apolitical. We're supposed to have processes that go through, because the same individuals that are seeing you having all this energy on trans soldiers, they don't see you doing shit for housing and chow. So,
yeah.
I think that's my soapbox. I'm sorry, Spanky. I just kind of like cut you off. I see you chatting.
Go right ahead.
The shit is easy, privates. So,
Hammer has come down on Sarn's time.
Yeah, exactly. Watch Andor. That's a little bit. And Star Wars fans watch Andor. But anyway, so we're gonna do some housekeeping right quick.
Let me get that living pledge
get that pledge out, girl. And also for all you guys that said, when they say, hey, how come you talk like that when you're just talking about this, I'm like, hey, when I talk like this is because I'm also talking like that because I want to talk like that. So shut up. People get, dude, I think it's so fucking stupid about this shit. You really just don't need to. So I got some housekeeping. I'm adding a little bit more to the housekeeping as well because there's some additional end items that we have to discuss. How would they get discharged really if they're completely happened? How would they get discharged if they really completely happened to? I don't understand what you're saying, Wayne. What you saying? I don't care. Insomniac says, I don't care what they identify, just don't provide procedures to or do sexual training when they pass height and weight or they have to pass that ability to fight. Now, see, that's another thing that me and Spanky did talk about that. Matter of fact, we did say that if you're a trans soldier, then you should be able to do PT in that gender that you say you are. And I'm going to tell you what, I was going to say, and you better fucking be good. You don't get mad. I mean, it's not I know individuals that try to game the system just joking around, trying to, I'm going to be just a trans soldier and all that. And so they said that they changed their minds because they were doing a PT test, and I guess they didn't own up to this was back in the day. The ACFT and the APFT were changing over. So yeah, okay. So this thing, I just keep going back to that. Be careful what you wish for. The sensitivity stuff. I agree on the sensitivity. Me and Spanky brought this up as well. Is that EO was just fine the way it was, and it's just like DEI is like EO with extra steps. We all fucking knew. If you followed AR 600-20, that was enough. That was our EO program. And I will say this about the defense secretary. He did say, Secretary Hegseth did say he supports EO, which again, people took that as an advantage for their own. And I mean, this may sound like I'm defending him, but I'm just saying what we have seen from what me and Spanky have talked about, we've seen it dovetail into stuff that didn't need to be dovetailed into. Conflict resolution has nothing to do with DEI. If you're a fucking shitbag soldier, you're a shitbag soldier.
Exactly.
Or don't create another fucking group, okay? Because we're trying to say, it's like the old thing, I'm gay scam. Oh, you're gay? Kiss each other. Yes. In the army now. Right. Exactly. Kiss him. Exactly. So this is Sergeant's time. Are we going to continue to go on this route? This is Sergeant's time. Welcome to Sergeant's time. And of course, everyone's freaking out because the post that we just posted of somebody wearing a pink glitter bedazzled Ranger tab is on the timeline right now, and they decided to add a bedazzled green glittery jungle tab. And what does the comment say? It says, "Hey," it says, "Hey, slay clean with that jungle tab." Exactly. Well, everyone likes to talk about and laugh about gay chicken, but as soon as that fucking you talk about it, man, no, I'm not gay. Blah, 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 blah. I'm just saying, just put it out there. Anyway, so this is Sergeant's time. Where were we at? Yeah, this is Sergeant's time with myself and Spanky. Yeah, this is all your LPD.
Oh, it's Thursday.
Yeah, it's Thursday.
Thursday.
So this is your LPD-driven, Army-related, Army news and Army discussion, smoke pit stuff, but for the seniors. For us older, the senior NCOs. And of course, that gets you guys a little bit more informed on some of the incoming policies, incoming DoD regulations. Stuff's happening. And so that's a pretty easy discussion. It's all mostly, that's why I say I don't like talking about politics, but this has to do a little bit more. And of course, FTX tomorrow. I think they do have an event tomorrow. I'm pretty sure of it. FTX with CQ and members of U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio tabletop games. And then the Saturday weekend co-ops with Nemo. Sometimes they partner up with Stack Up, or they partner up with Valor Gaming, or they game with our own indigenous, organic WTF Nation Gaming. And of course, the Sports Bar on Sunday with the actual King Smith and what do you hear? What do you see? The coach. Hey, Coach, I watched an episode of The Sopranos last night, so I'm just letting you know. I checked the block. Forget about it. And then, of course, the Monday edition with myself and Massey. This is where we talk the news, commentary, and discussion of all world, global, local, and national news. And there you go. I got a guest on Monday. Did you know that? I got a guest on Monday.
I did not know.
I have Sean Van Diver. He is remember when we were talking about the evac of Afghan people who work with us, Afghan ANA fighters, Afghan National Army, Afghan commandos, individuals that helped us in the embassies and stuff like that. Now, he's the founder and president of Afghan evac. And so we were talking about how fucked up, well, us, me and Spanky, we're talking about how fucked up how we left all of our Afghan allies behind during the withdrawal of Afghanistan. And the next thing you know is freaking, it's not a partisan issue. These are the same individuals that worked with us for over 20 years, working with us, U.S. forces in Afghanistan. And when we withdrew, we left a lot of them behind. So I think, man, hey, that's a dick move. That is a dick move. And so he's going to be joining us on Monday for the Monday edition. So I'm pretty cool because I can finally talk about this stuff too. Yeah, exactly. That PIQ pisses me off too, man. And so email your reps and all this stuff. All, of course, the appropriate marketing and comms, graphics and propaganda. I don't like saying propaganda, but I'm a PSYOP guy. We just like saying the word propaganda because it gets everybody like upset.
It takes me hard. It's hard for me to spell it, so I just like to say it.
So you just say PSYOP. Just say PSYOP.
At least 7 times a show.
PSYOP. Well, if you say PSYOP 3 times, I pop out like the Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Ice pops into my DMs if I say it 3 times.
So he's going to be joining us from Afghan evac. I can't wait. This is going to be a good show because we are, U.S. Army WTF Moments has always been passionate about our Afghan allies coming back. We fucked them over, just like the Kurds. I'll say it. We fucked the Kurds over as well. So we seem to have a bad history of fucking over our allies. And I don't like that. No, that's not cool. So CQ, Michael Carrasquillo, also known as the Pop Culture Warrior, with his angry staff of Mad Mike and Angry Elf. He's going to have Jonathan Bowen coming on. His interest in film started a review site in high school, which he posted more than 600 movie reviews, continuing to college and graduating. Matter of fact, let me pull up just some stuff up, y'all. Pull up his IMDb. It's like revealing all my cookies. Hi, what are you doing in Belton? What do you mean? What am I doing in Belton? Why are you telling everybody I'm in Belton? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Shut up. So Jonathan, I got a bunch of sponsored stuff because Baby Ice is downstairs. He figured out how to use login apps for viewing and stuff. So he's gonna be joining us. He's going to be shooting the breeze, established a production company, and I'm looking forward to seeing him come on. Hey, guys, you don't have to watch the show when it's live. You can always go on YouTube or any of the Facebook, but you got to be careful because Facebook, all the lives are now starting to get deleted because Facebook is deleting all the lives. The static videos is what is staying up, but all the lives. So you can go to Twitter, X, at WTFNationRadio.com, and then you can see all of our live videos because we don't delete that, and also on YouTube as well. But Facebook is just like, man, I don't know. It's just like, it's getting trashy, man. It's just,
they probably just don't want to save it. It's probably some server space thing.
Yeah, that's what it is too. It's to save space and all that. So, and then we have, of course, Wednesday with the Sorents, Radar and TZ with the Smoke Pit, and then moi and Spanky. That's our time. So, yeah, I think that covers it all. We're gonna have some more guests coming up. Now, we're going to have some guests once we do. For you guys that don't know, and we always try to keep our shows live. We always like to have our shows live. We always like to have, live interaction with the guests. We do long form, so they have here for about an hour, so they're not there doing a 2-minute, 1-minute plug on a news station or something like that. So they get some good time to talk. But other times there are situations where there will be a non-accommodated schedule. Scheduling conflict. Okay, well, we do a lot of pre-records, so we'll let you guys know if there's a guest coming on and they're not really talking. We'll let you know that's a pre-recorded interview, and you can still shoot the breeze. Kind of like doing that. CQ's done it a lot. I've done it a lot, and it helps. So if some of the guests that you see on there, they're like, hey, how come you guys didn't post this? So this is not going to happen. It's because we're probably working with their publicists or their staff to get them scheduled on. So just be patient. Don't get upset. Make sure you share, like, and follow, of course, on all the platforms. Broadcasting live. 2 Facebook pages at U.S. Army WTF Moments. 2 YouTube pages at U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio. Both sides on the Facebook and YouTubes, and of course X. Make sure you get our swag. Get on the swag shop. And also, lastly, I don't know if you guys been seeing this, but we are working with Vet TV to get all of their. Well, first off, if you guys haven't seen Army, Steve Bannon's in the chat. Oh, hang on. Military.com. Just up, click.
Sorry.
What are you doing? Stop shamming.
Okay, I set up.
I set up
straight.
Sit up straight. Don't look at my
I look like journalism.
I got my sexually suggestive top because it's got the wings that over my boobs.
There you go. Your nipples are sticking out. Put them away. There we go.
Exactly. Oh man, show them that the station is fully armed and operational. It is. It's becoming more powerful than you could possibly imagine. We are working with Vet TV, and we're posting sizzle reels of stuff. One of the projects, and you guys know that we've always advocated and supported Ukraine against their fight we supported Ukraine in their fight against Ivan, and you all know that Ivan's always likes to shit talk and all this other stuff. So we have we're working on getting them to come on at the end of the month, and I was really rubbing them. Yeah, well, I mean, come on, look at that. Oh, you rub them too. Come on, Corey. Combat veterans that are with active troops to Ukraine, and they're providing an unfiltered, raw view, and just bring some of the questions up. What makes an Army veteran, or Navy veteran, or Marine Corps, or Air Force veteran go fight in Ukraine? Because and there are going to be some snippets that are going to be published on U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio on all of our socials, and they're going to talk about it. They're going to come on and all that. So we're trying to get Chris and trying to get Ethan to come on at the end of the month. But meantime, during that time, you're going to be seeing snippets. You're going to see some. You're going to see some snippets. You're going to see some sizzle reels, some music videos to kind of show the support. Go to, of course, vettv.tv and Emmett Asheville. As a matter of fact, so you see all this stuff right here. They also have some other content as well that's freaking hilarious. You all know Drill Sergeant High, or Richard High was in there. And so, it's almost like, I don't know, I guess you would say this is like Netflix for vets, or HBO for vets. So some of the stuff that will get us kicked off of Facebook at U.S. Army WTF Moments, you can subscribe and get into Vet TV, whatever. So more likely, once we get Ethan and Chris to come on, we're going to discuss that, and we'll discuss Embed Actual, and we're also, I mean, Spanky always says this too, is that, we get some get some giveaways, maybe get some discounts, maybe get some promo codes and all that to get them to hang out. So I'm really excited for them. So for the month of May, I know if you guys noticed little subtle posts on here, but starting next week, you're going to see a lot of sizzle reels and videos. And so is Jack Mandeville, exactly. And snippets of the guys, Ethan and Chris, on Vet TV. It's in the chats right now at both U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio on the Facebooks and YouTube. I worked with them. I'm helping them out with their stuff, and it's just, you know, the veterans talking about their purpose here after they got out and why they went to Ukraine. Some of the stuff it hit. Some of it resonates with me because it's something like you're trying to find a purpose on what do you want to do after you get out of the service. Some more raw videos are posted in there as well, and it just it hits. It just hits. So it's American vets. So whatever your feelings are on the war in Ukraine, I'm just saying, U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio proudly says we support Ukraine and we support the guys, Chosen Company, that are, you know, they're kicking. They're the ones that they're not on fucking Facebook. Cold War guys shit talking. These are our kids. These are our you know. Exactly. So I'm thankful that we were given the opportunity with Vet TV to shoot the shit. And matter of fact, let me drop the. Let me see. Let me drop the. Matter of fact, yeah. Somebody said, "Hey, how come you didn't post it on? How come I didn't post it on?" Well, hang on. I'm gonna post it in freaking. I am gonna post it in the freaking on the YouTube. I mean the station Twitters. There you go. Post it up on there. So yeah, I'm excited too, man. I get these guys to come on, and we'll. I can't wait. So link is underneath the broadcast right now, currently on X Live. Jump on there, check it out. Very, like I said, raw, straight to the point, and you'll see our veterans, our Army veterans, our Marine Corps veterans, our Air Force veterans. You probably already saw the little snippet. And once you see it, man, I'm hooked. I'm like I said, there were some moments in there that got me in the feels. So because us that have been in, we miss that shit, and then we see the kids going out and doing stuff that I miss. You know what I mean? I mean, this is the stuff that me and you were talking about when we were growing up, Maggie. You know what I mean? So
back when we were young.
Red Dawn, Wolverines, Kill-A-Kami for mommy, better dead than red. You know, a duck and cover. All that shit. That was. I mean,
that was gonna work.
Yeah, and I'm hating on these children. Not because I'm hating on them because of what they're doing. I'm hating on them because they're doing what I that was supposed to be me. Why not me? I want that.
Yeah. Red Dawn.
Wolverines. I see. I'm gonna put. Matter of fact, I'm gonna post the. I'm gonna post it one more time in the live chats for the other chats. I know Spanky, I just saw you drop it in there for the radio. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna do the same thing for. There we go. I'm gonna drop it on the Twitters. So again, share, like, follow. If you have any suggestions or ideas for a guest, hit them up and say, hey, you should go on WTF Nation Radio, U.S. Army WTF Moments, and then contact at WTFNationRadio.com. Contact at WTFNationRadio.com. When an email comes out, and when we get that email, it sends to different people. So a lot of us will see it in the staff. We're like, oh shit, yeah, that's a good idea. We should get that person to come on. So all that. But again, I can't wait to get Ethan and Steve to come on. I'm pumped, man. This is I'm just saying, I'm not saying I'm a warmonger. I'm not saying I'm all about war and all that stuff, but retweet it as it never appears in here. As I'm saying, I'm going to drop it in there. PIQ. I just posted. What are you talking about? PIQ, the shop, or are you talking about the link for Vet TV? Let me know. Talk to me, homie. It's going to be a little bit of a delay, but anyway, I think that's it. I think we're good, right? Sure, like and follow.
I think we're good. Right. Yep. I put the lemon pledge away. Yeah. There we go.
All right, y'all have a good night and shots. See you.
Sweet dreams.
See you.
Hey, this is SEAC retired John Wayne Troxel. You're listening to WTF Nation Radio, the station of choice for all of the badass MFers on the planet.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Driving us insane. ATF zero dark 30, no time to complain. Push ups in the mud, feel the muscle strain. Army life is a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive, in the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Hilltops in the desert, sandstorms in our eyes. Memories for breakfast, no room for lies. Rocket marches through the night under starless skies. Brothers and sisters, we rise. Army life, it's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive, in the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Drill sergeant's fury echoing in the air. Discipline and duty we all must bear. Battle bodies by our side in the fight we share. In the face of danger we dare. Army life, it's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive, in the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Zones and firefights, adrenaline's rush. Silent nights, broken by the enemy's hush. Medics on the move in the heat of the crush. In the heart of battle we trust. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find out our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle. Army life, it's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive, in the ranks we thrive. In our mind, brothers lost but never left behind. Army WTF moments in the stories we find. In the Army's embrace, we're forever entwined. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Through the smoke and the flames we rise again. In the heart of the storm we find our sin. Battle buddies by our side, our men. In the Army's legacy we transcend.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.